My rating for Tales of the Underworld, 8 bald Asajj Ventresses out of 10. She has hair in this, which is like kind of off-putting, but it's really good. It's really good. Tales of the Underworld is such a step above Tales of the Empire. I gave this an 8. I gave Tales of the Jedi probably a 9. Tales of the Empire was like a 4. The stories follow Asajj Ventress and Cad Bane. Those are the two stories, and they are just damn good, damn interesting characters, dude. Cad Bane's is a little better than Asajj Ventress's. I read online that a lot of people don't like Asajj's. I thought hers was pretty sick too. Um, but I would really recommend Tales of the Underworld. It's such an upgrade. The animation, first of all, is crisp. It looks so good. I mean, you remember Tales of the Jedi animation?
Oh, yeah,
That was
absolutely.
amazing. Just increase that by a few more years of practice, you know? It was so good. I rewatched Tales of the Empire recently, and it's so bad. And I need to rewatch Tales of the Jedi because that's still my favorite. I think Dooku has the best storyline out of all of the Tales. But I actually, while we're talking about this, that's just my quick review because I think it's great
Yeah,
to watch
the
it.
episode with Dooku and Qui-Gon.
Dude, and then Dooku and Yaddle too. Like the
Yeah.
whole 3 episode arc is so good.
Yeah, I mean, even, if we're shouting out those two, the first one with Mace Windu. You know what I mean? When they go to face,
Yeah.
so it's...
Well, so I wanted to ask you while we're just talking about Star Wars quick, who would you like to see a Tales of 3 episode arc for? That maybe that hasn't really had a lot of screen time or a backstory or something like that.
You know what a good one would be? Is like a Tales of the Old Republic or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's such an... They're afraid to explore that era of Star Wars.
I
You
think
know what
specifically
I mean?
animation too, though.
Yeah.
Because I think
and-
they're comfortable animating things we've already seen.
Right, because it gives them a framework to work with. But
Yeah.
I feel like even in, especially animation, but in general, the Old Republic feels like an era that they are afraid to touch because then you think of something like The Acolyte, where they tried and they're like, they're trying to tell this different kind of era story. And I think it was overhated. I'm not saying it was great. It was far from the best thing they've done with Star Wars, but I think it was a little overhated. I liked the ambition of it and the idea of telling stories in this time period. And I think that because it got a lot of backlash, some warranted, some very unwarranted. But I think that because of this, they're really afraid to step outside of this framework that is the Skywalker saga, where they then are comfortable using different mediums like animation to tell these stories because it's characters and places that we've already seen a lot of.
I think you're right, and I think that if we got a good